10th Biology, Unit 16, Plant and Animal Hormones. In the previous part, we learn about various plant hormones. In the second part of the lesson, we are going to discuss about various human hormones. In the second part of the lesson, we will discuss about human endocrine glands. The first endocrine gland we are going to discuss in the present video is pituitary gland. What are glands? Gland is something that secretes a substance. Human beings have two kinds of glands. They are exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Sweat gland is exocrine. Salivary gland is exocrine gland. Liver is an example for exocrine gland. Sweat gland secretes sweat. It is on the skin. Salivary gland is inside the mouth. Mammary gland produces milk. Cereminous glands produce earwax. Lacrimal glands are in the eyes. They produce tear. Sebaceous glands are found on the skin. They secrete oil-like substance. All these glands are exocrine glands. They have ducts or tubes. This is sweat gland. A sweat gland has duct. The duct opens on the skin surface. Salivary glands inside the mouth also have duct or tube-like structures. Through the tubes, the saliva is carried through. But endocrine glands do not have duct. They are ductless glands. Then how do they transport their secretions? Their secretions are transported through blood. Endocrine glands secrete hormones. Hormones are transported through blood. Pituitary gland is found inside the head. Thyroid gland is found on the sides of neck. Parathyroid glands, they are found on the surface of thyroid gland. Pancreas acts as both exocrine and endocrine gland. Exocrine part of pancreas has tube that secretes enzyme for digestion. The endocrine part of pancreas is called as islets of Langerhans. Cells are arranged in groups. They secrete hormones. Adrenal glands are found at the top of kidneys. Testes and ovaries, they are reproductive organs. They also function as endocrine glands. They secrete hormones. Thymus is a gland found just above the heart. These are the various common endocrine glands in human body. In this part, we are going to discuss about the pituitary gland alone. Pituitary gland is called as master gland because the hormones of pituitary controls other glands. So it is called as master gland. Pituitary gland is called as hypophysis. The green color gland is pituitary. It is found at the base of midbrain. Pituitary gland is connected with the hypothalamus of brain. It is in the shape of P. It is found at the base of midbrain. It is attached to the hypothalamus. The pituitary has two regions. The anterior part, this is anterior part, and this is posterior part. It has anterior lobe and posterior lobe. The anterior lobe is called as adenohypophysis. This is adenohypophysis, anterior lobe, and the posterior lobe is called as neurohypophysis. The neurohypophysis has direct connection with the brain, that is hypothalamus. Pituitary is master gland because it controls other endocrine glands. The adenohypophysis secretes 6 hormones and the neurohypophysis posterior pituitary secretes 2 hormones. Now let us learn the names of hormones of anterior lobe adenohypophysis. If we learn the names, remaining understanding will be easy. The first three hormones of anterior pituitary are growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotrophic hormone. Growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotrophic hormone. The next three hormones involved in the development of reproductive organs and functioning of reproductive organs, so they are called as gonadotrophic hormones. There are three gonadotrophic hormones. They are follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, prolactin. It is called as FSH, LH. Follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, prolactin are gonadotrophins or gonadotrophic hormones. The first three are somatotrophic hormones. So 3 plus 3, 6 hormones. Growth hormone controls growth. It controls the development of tissues, muscle tissue, bone tissue, and increase in the size of the tissues. Growth hormone promotes the development and enlargement of all tissues of the body. Muscle tissue enlarges, it causes growth of muscles, growth of bones, growth of cartilage. Cartilage we have already learned in 9th standard under the heading tissues. Cartilages are soft tissues found at the tip of the nose, external ear, at the end of the bones. Cartilages are found. Bone growth is related to body growth. Improper secretion of growth hormone leads to the following conditions. What is meant by improper secretion? When the secretion is above normal, that is improper secretion. When the secretion of growth hormone is below normal, that is also improper secretion. That means over secretion and under secretion. Dwarfism, gigantism, acromegaly are the three conditions due to improper secretion of growth hormone. In children, when the growth hormone secretion is less, when the growth hormone secretion is less in children, bone development will be delayed. Bone development will be delayed, so the individuals appear short. They show stunted growth, less than 1 meter height. When the growth hormone is more in children from young age itself, that results in abnormal increase in height, over height, that is gigantism. Acromegaly, growth hormone secretion is more in adult. Adults cannot grow or cannot increase in height. The height of adult cannot increase, but in this case the thickening of bone increases in the head, jaw, hand. This is normal hand. This is acromegaly. The thickness of the bone increases in the hand, face, head, foot. Abnormal enlargement of head, face, hands and feet due to acromegaly. Acromegaly, over secretion in adult. Gigantism, over secretion from young age itself, that results in extra height. Dwarfism, less production of growth hormone in children. Thyroid stimulating hormone. Pituitary gland produces thyroid stimulating hormone TSH. The TSH is carried through blood and the TSH reaches thyroid gland. This is thyroid gland found on the neck region. The TSH produced by the pituitary acts on thyroid gland so that the thyroid gland produces its hormone thyroxine. If the pituitary gland produces TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, it will stimulate thyroid gland to produce thyroxine. If the thyroxine level in the blood is enough, that information reaches pituitary, so pituitary stops TSH. Now thyroxine production by thyroid gland will be stopped. In this way, the pituitary gland controls the development and functioning of thyroid gland. TSH controls the growth of thyroid gland. TSH controls the activities and hormone secretion of thyroid gland. Adrenocorticotrophic hormone is produced by pituitary, ACTH. It acts on adrenal cortex. Adrenal gland has two regions, central medulla and outer cortex. The ACTH acts on the cortex of adrenal gland called as adrenal cortex, so that the adrenal cortex produces its hormone aldosterone and cortisone. Pituitary produces ACTH, it acts on adrenal cortex. The adrenal cortex produces its hormones. So in this way, pituitary gland controls adrenal gland. ACTH stimulates adrenal cortex of the adrenal gland for the production of its hormones. It also influences protein synthesis in the adrenal cortex. Protein formation in the adrenal cortex is also influenced by ACTH. Gonadotrophic hormones influence the development of gonads. Gonads are reproductive organs. They are testes and ovaries. And gonadotrophins also control the functioning of reproductive organs. The first gonadotrophin is FSH. FSH acts on male reproductive organs as well as female reproductive organs. The testis is male reproductive organ. It has germinal epithelial cells. Germinal epithelial cells of testis are acted upon by FSH. FSH acts on the germinal epithelial cells, so the cells produce sperms. In male, FSH stimulates the germinal epithelium of testis for formation of sperms. Sperm production is stimulated by FSH in male. In female, the ovary has many follicles. These are follicle cells. Follicle cell growth is influenced by FSH in female. In female, it initiates the growth of ovarian follicles and its development in the ovary. Ovarian follicles grow inside the ovary. The mature follicle is ovum. This is ovum. Growth of ovarian follicle is influenced by FSH in female. In male, it stimulates sperm production. Luteinizing hormone LH. In the testis, seminiferous tubules are there. This is one seminiferous tubule. This is another tubule. This is another tubule. In between the seminiferous tubules, cells are there. They are Leydig cells. Leydig cells are found in between seminiferous tubules. These cells produce hormone, male reproductive hormones, with the stimulation of LH. In male, the LH promotes the Leydig cells of testes to secrete male sex hormone testosterone. Leydig cells are found in between the seminiferous tubules of testes. The LH stimulates Leydig cells to produce testosterone. In female, the LH causes ovulation. The release of ovum from ovary is ovulation. This is ovary. The total structure is ovary. The LH causes release of ovum. Ovum comes out of the ovary. That is ovulation. This is first function. Number 2. After ovulation, actually this is the yellow color structure is ovum. The developing ovum is surrounded by follicle cells. After ovulation, the remaining follicle cells join and form a structure called as corpus luteum. So the LH is responsible for the formation of corpus luteum after ovulation. Then the corpus luteum secretes estrogen and progesterone, two hormones. In female, the LH causes ovulation, that is rupture of mature Graafian follicle. This is ovum. Ovum is surrounded by follicle cells together called as Graafian follicle. The Graafian follicle rupture, open, and ovum is sent out. That is ovulation. After ovulation, development of corpus luteum takes place. That is also influenced by LH. Then the corpus luteum secretes estrogen and progesterone hormones. In female, the LH influences three activities: ovulation, development of corpus luteum, secretion of hormones. In male, the LH influences testosterone secretion. Prolactin is called as lactogenic hormone. This hormone initiates the development of mammary gland during pregnancy. Mammary glands are milk producing glands. This hormone initiates the development of mammary gland during pregnancy and stimulates the production of milk after childbirth. Prolactin stimulates the production of milk after childbirth. The posterior pituitary is called as neurohypophysis. It secretes two hormones. They are vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone, oxytocin. Vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone, oxytocin. These are the two hormones secreted by the posterior lobe of pituitary. Neurohypophysis. Vasopressin increases the pressure, blood pressure inside the kidneys. This is kidney. Kidney has number of nephrons. You have learned in 9th standard. Nephrons have tube-like part. In kidney tubules, the vasopressin increases the reabsorption of water. Kidneys receive more blood supply. In 24 hours, kidneys filter 180 liters of blood. More water is filtered, but 1 to 2 liters of urine is excreted. Remaining water is reabsorbed. More blood gets into the kidneys, and during filtration of urine, more water is filtered. Afterwards, the water is reabsorbed and taken into the blood. So what is prevented? Loss of water is prevented. The vasopressin increases the reabsorption of water inside the kidney, so loss of water through urine is reduced. If the vasopressin is absent or deficiency, low level of vasopressin, what will happen? Reabsorption of water will be affected. Decreases reabsorption. If ADH is absent, reabsorption of water will decrease. So what will happen? Loss of water through urine will occur. More water will come out through urine. The individual will go for urination frequently. This disease is called as diabetes insipidus. Deficiency of ADH hormone causes diabetes insipidus, that is loss of water through urine, more urine. So it reduces the reabsorption of water in kidneys, so increases urine output. Increased urine output is called as polyuria. Oxytocin means rapid childbirth. Oxytocin helps in childbirth. Oxytocin causes contraction of muscles of uterus, so helps in childbirth. It helps in the contraction of the smooth muscles of uterus at the time of childbirth. And after childbirth, the oxytocin helps in milk secretion. Oxytocin helps in milk ejection from the mammary gland after childbirth. Vasopressin and oxytocin are two hormones of posterior pituitary. In the next part, we will discuss about the next endocrine gland, thyroid gland.